Hey, what's up, Grace Kids? I'm Kyler Koch, the elementary director at our South Campus, and I have a special guest for you, Mr. Luke Lauber. Round of applause. Come on. So, Luke, do you want to introduce yourself and what you do at Grace?
Yes, I'm Luke Lauber, like he said, and I get the privilege to lead worship at South Overland Park, Grace Church campus. So
Awesome. Yeah.
I do that every week.
Yes, he does. And we are in a series called Joyful Noise, and we're talking about worship, and Luke leads worship at the adult services at the South Campus. And so we thought we would just ask him some questions about worshiping and worship. And this week we are learning specifically about what do we worship. And so, Luke, can you describe, or maybe just in a couple words, describe what worship is?
Oh, a couple words, huh?
Or sentences, whatever you like.
Yeah, I think it really, the simplest way I ever think of it or have heard of it is it's just adoration or adoring or just being grateful to God and expressing that through music and worship in that way, and just living your life for Him and just realizing how amazing He is, and in response to that, giving things over. So.
Yeah, it's almost like when we do things, we can reflect and think back to God and really thank God for what He's doing, or maybe just like the book of Psalms has all these different things about like, God, we need you, and also like celebrate. Yeah. And so it's the same thing. We can do that in everything, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. One of my favorite verses is John, where Jesus says that the true worshipers were worship in spirit and in truth. And I think that's just so comforting to me, because sometimes I can come to God and maybe it's been a bad day or it's been a great day or anywhere in between, but I can come to Him honestly and not feel like I have to be perfect or have everything together, but I can just come to Him and just celebrate His goodness. And it's so cool to see how that changes my life and my heart in those moments. And so it's quite amazing. So.
Now, Luke, I don't know if the kids know, but do you just play music all day long?
I wish. That would be a dream.
So that's not the case.
My dream is to be one of the babies holding the harps in heaven and just playing on the cloud. That's my dream.
Yeah. So, you were saying that we can worship God through everything, but sometimes we worship other things during the week. Yeah. And as a worship leader, what are some of those things maybe that you end up worshiping during the week when we lose focus of God?
Yeah, I think it can be really anything. One of my favorite lines in an old hymn, is we are prone to wonder as humans, as people who follow Jesus. And so I think the beauty of the goodness of God is when we realize that, when we come to the understanding of, oh my gosh, I've put maybe friends in front of God, or a person in front of God, or maybe sports in front of God. All we have to do is acknowledge that, confess that, and then just turn around and just look at Him again. And that's the beauty of how amazing He is in my mind. And so there are times where I get obsessed with maybe something I want to buy, or a friendship, or a person in my life, and I have to take those moments to say, okay, you know what? I'm sorry for making this bigger than you, God, and I'm turning my focus back to you.
Yeah. It's like sometimes when we maybe play sports or we're cheering for a team, sometimes we get so caught up in the moment that we forget, man, I'm putting this above God. Yeah. It's almost like an idol. I'm worshiping an idol instead of worshiping God.
And the crazy thing is He wants us to have those things. It's just He's more important than them, and it's crazy how that can affect all parts of our lives if something becomes above God. But He wants us to enjoy sports. He wants us to enjoy friendships and relationships and all those things. It can come to a point where it becomes above Him and thus becomes an idol. And all you gotta do is say, you know what? This isn't worth it. Is it worth my life for that thing? No. But is it worth my life for God? Absolutely. And so just turn back. And we all have different moments where that happens. So.
Absolutely. Awesome. So, Luke, just like what Luke was saying, is that even when we start worshiping something else, all we have to do is just go, I'm worshiping that other thing. I need to worship God. And those things are good, but when we put them above God, it's not good. So, thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next week.
Ow!